Gotta move to much better things and go leave you on. I need a sip on Patron, but I do know where to find you.
Yeah. Shit, I can't believe it. I said that I wanted you, then I achieved it. You gave me the love and the strength that I needed. I'm sorry for all of the times I mistreated you. I know your schedule, where is you at? Sitting there taking the blaze on my back. Shawty, you got it, she know it's a fact. It's ironic, she modest, she hold me intact. Yeah, ayy, without you I lose it. Connect to the pain in my music. Confess to the dangerous Cupid, that none of these bitches will do it like you did. And shit, I hope you think about me when you're lonely. Think of what you told me. You're still my one and only. You ease my mind. Yeah. Take your time. Yeah. We'll be fine. Yeah. Check your time.
Welcome to Angeli Jenny. It's like, no. Anyways, yeah, welcome to. This is a channel, you know, obviously a boyfriend girlfriend channel. Colorado native, Puerto Rican native, both Puerto Rican blood. And our first couple videos will probably be about me and her, you know, how we met each other, how we've been throughout these 9 months, maybe a couple vlogs, reaction videos will be coming soon, challenges, story time, etc. Maybe a couple unboxings, and right now this video is just to let you guys know who we are, you know, and what we'll provide with this channel. So, I'm a Colorado native, 19 years old. I moved to Miami around 2012. Lived out there for roughly 5 years, give or take. Honestly, didn't have no relationship out there. Like, you know, I was pretty, like, kept to myself, worked a lot. And eventually when I came back around last year, December-ish, I met her. And, you know, she's a little pain in the butt. But,
Cuidado.
You know, I love her on the weekends. You see what I mean? So honestly, like, we've been together 9 months. I feel like my better half, honestly. I've never met someone I could connect with into, like, such different levels, you know, spiritually, and then, like, you know, physically, and, like, even emotionally connect with that person to a place where I'm, like, you know, I feel at home, you know, just being next to her. Another thing is like, I'm not afraid to tell her a lot of things, as I was in the beginning. You know, I began to unfold and, like, let her know, like, you know, this is something serious me and her want, so we're gonna do it, you know. And yeah, that's my backstory. Not completely. Y'all know more eventually throughout more videos. You know, I'll let you guys know. But that's me. Oh, your hand is so cold.
So I'm Jenny, 17 years old. Por favor, serio. Yeah. I moved out here about 3 years ago. And before I met him, I was in a relationship with this guy. And it was, we could say it was a toxic relationship in a way. Before I actually accepted in being in the relationship, this guy was insisting. And I don't know how he didn't get my expressions and the way I told him I don't want to. Let me think about it. I wasn't really interested. I wasn't attracted to him physically or emotionally at all. But I ended up saying yes because
He was hot. Sorry, I'm playing.
I don't know. I didn't treat him the same way I treated him. I didn't really show any any emotions towards him. So I don't know. I was with him for 4 months, I think. I
Give or
don't
take,
remember.
right? Give or take about 4 months. Maybe less. I don't know.
Anyway, then I met him. I was still in the relationship. And I would see this guy getting in the classroom my 6th period last year. And
I was like,
I was actually really attracted to him physically. He's handsome. Look at that. Look at that. So sexy.
jazz hands.
So, you know,
So, when I was enrolled in school, I had always had that class. She's just blind. I'm like Batman, you know. I only get seen at nighttime. Dark areas
pero
of the
¿cuándo
night.
llegaste?
My eyes start to glow yellow. I'm like, but, anyways, so I got there, and I can't remember. I think it was probably like January. Like it was. I didn't go to school in December. I don't remember going to school in December. I was still trying to get everything, ready, like settling myself in from the move from Miami. We drove down here. Sorry about that. And so I think I was there for probably about 3 weeks, maybe, until I finally was like, "Hey, hello, how you doing? What's your name, beautiful?" I didn't say none of that.
right.
I was more like,
Like,
"You're so fine," but it was all up in here, I didn't say one word. I was just like,
that's true.
and then we had a project. I remember, and we had to set up appointments so we could talk about some political debate or something like that. Some type of law and government issue. And the thing was I had to go around and ask, I think it was 4 people, their name, and put a certain time that I wanted to meet them at.
I didn't get up.
She sat down, and we have a friend to come in, Jamel, who was like, "Yo, you just gonna sit there?" And I was like, "No, I'm gonna get up right now." Like I was planning on just sitting there until you said something. And so told me to get up, and I was like, "Oh, I guess this is a chance to ask her name." Like hopefully her schedule isn't full, and I don't just get shut down. And so I walked over after I asked the kid next to me his name, then another kid next to me, and then I walked over to her, and I was like, "Hey, what's your name?" And she was like,
He didn't say it like that.
No, I didn't.
I think he just put the paper on the table.
I didn't ask your name.
No.
I'm smooth like that, I just slide into the DMs and they just. And so whatever, I managed to get her name either way, asking or not.
Was it a day before? And he was talking to the teacher about El Coqui.
That's only because I saw her bag said Puerto Rico, so kind of sparked my interest. Hey, she might be Puerto Rican, I'm Puerto Rican, maybe we can become friends. That's how I wanted all at first. Like this will be like my first friendship back in Denver, And then I had another class with another Puerto Rican kid that I was like, "Oh crap, like, hey, there's like mad Puerto Ricans here."
Mm-hmm.
Which is never, like I've been here 14 years of my life and I ain't never seen a Puerto Rican like that, especially like right there in front of me in school, So I was like, whatever, cool. Became friends with him, and I guess they knew each other, which I was like, whatever, like, cool. They know each other, Puerto Ricans, of course, they're just gonna be loud, and they're gonna figure out where all the Puerto Ricans. Yes, you're yelling right now. So eventually, I I had like this weird thing. I would get to the classroom my 7th period after 6th period, and I'd be like, bro, she's so fine. She's so fine. Like, I'd be like, bro, she's so bad. And I guess he told me she had a boyfriend. I don't recall him saying nothing, not one word, but he told her that. And I was like, who? No doubt, like, I'm still gonna like, who? My heart.
So, that Puerto Rican was friends with my ex-boyfriend. And one time, after the appointments, or after the day before, in which he was talking to the teacher about el coquí, I told Luis
Let's just say Luis.
Yeah. So I told him I met a Puerto Rican, and then he asked me what he looked like. And so I told him long hair,
Real sexy.
And so he knew him. And they were talking about me. And so Luis told me that. Luis told me, we were talking about you and whatnot. So I asked, what were you saying? What were you guys saying? And then, then he told me, nah, that you're nice and you're cool and whatever. And then he told me, but I let him know that you had a boyfriend. That's what he told me. But I guess he didn't really tell Angel that I had a boyfriend.
I got played, bro. They didn't tell me nothing. And I was like, I wasn't like steady trying to go after her, because after we talked for about a week or two is when I was like, this girl's awesome, like that'd be the perfect like long-term relationship, with someone like that. And it wasn't until I was going to lunch and I saw her that she called me. She was like, hey. I was like, and we started talking or whatever, and the dude comes up, her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, and I was like, who are you? But do you mind introducing yourself to me, her future mans? And I can remember them like, it's like a real dry like vibe in between both of them, like if it was almost non-connective. So I was like, strange. I don't like it. I'm gonna leave, because I'm the type of person that if it feels weird, I'd rather not be there. And so I remember telling her, I'm gonna leave. Actually, I don't even think I told her. I think I just left. I looked back and I dipped, like I was like, whatever. Then later on is when we started to get like more like connected with one another, feeling a lot more for one another. And she started to tell me about her relationship, and I was just like, if it's not a place that you feel happy, then you gotta go, If you don't feel like I feel with her, welcome, in a warm place, then you must go. And she understood. It took her a while to actually do it, and like I told her, my intent was for her to move on and possibly find someone else, not just go towards me, But then that's what happened. I ain't tripping. I don't like it. But my intent was to help her get out of something that was toxic, not to just be like, hey, leave him, come with me, I ain't like that. Because I ain't like that.
I'm going to tell y'all more about how I started talking to him. In the project, we shared everything we needed to share, and it was just awkward silence. So because I knew he was Puerto Rican,
It was so bad. I was like,
Not even on his phone
I
or
didn't pull
anything.
up my phone. I didn't do anything. She had her phone out, and she was like, she kept looking at me, and I could feel it because I was just looking down. I didn't even look at her.
So I asked him what part of Puerto Rico he was from. He told me Ponce. That's it. Just Ponce. Like that. I was waiting. I was waiting for him to ask me. But it just didn't happen.
I asked her.
So-
She just didn't hear me.
Okay.
Shut
Este.
up.
So I said I'm from Cabo Rojo. And we were both like. And then I think a little bit after we were talking about Luis. I think because we were talking about Puerto Rico then.
I don't know. I remember we were talking about Puerto Rico. And how obviously the hurricane, how the island's not the same and whatnot, and it's not getting too much support either, let's just keep that in between you and me, you feel me? And don't let the government see this. But I mean, Luis was a really cool kid, like, besides the fact that obviously I didn't get told, or maybe if I did, I didn't really pay attention to it, Either or.
And I think if he said it, you would have heard him.
Of course,
Because you guys were talking about me,
we were
That was the
always
conversation.
talking about her, honestly, there was not one time I would be like, hey, she's fine, bro, I'm gonna wife her up. And he would just give me that simple, like, and I'd be like, whatever, dude, like, she's so beautiful, like, ooh. I ain't even by front. I get chills even thinking about, like, the first days, because, like, cause I see her and I'd be like, oh my god, like, like, I'd be like, damn. And then, whenever, like, we first got together and we started to meet up, like, I remember, like, the first week of us, like, meeting up in her little spot, I was, like, so nervous to get there, like, to hit the corner and she's there, and I'm like, oh, my baby. But, like, the thing was, is, like, for me, it's, like, it's been a while since I was in a relationship. Then again, I wasn't looking for a relationship. And, like, not to mention, like, I pulled her out of a relationship and she got into another relationship with me, So it was, like, a pretty quick, quick transaction right there. So I'm not saying that it was, like, bad thoughts, but I was just, like, let's see where this goes. But I have a really good feeling about it, And then from there, I've been together ever since, you feel me?
Cuando? The day after the project.
So sorry
I
about
think
that.
he sat beside me. He told me, I'm gonna sit with you. So it wasn't beside me. It was in front of me, a little bit to the side. The point is that he sat with me. Then the next day, he sat beside me, and he got to the classroom earlier than I did.
Yeah,
And-
I was trying to make a good impression because I was always late. You feel me? I was always late.
I think that's why I didn't notice you.
Yeah, I mean, Alexander always had he always had his door open, and so I would walk in and, like, right away get to the back of the classroom, almost so that no one could see me. I'm late. I gotta just sneak over in there, and I never sat in the front. It wasn't until we got our seats moved that I was sitting in the middle, but not in the front, and she sat in the front.
One of those days, I asked him if he had Snapchat, and he placed his phone on the table. He didn't even say yes. Add me. He literally placed the phone on the table.
With the Snapchat code,
Yeah. So I wasn't sure if he really wanted to talk to me.
I was nervous.
Because he talks to everybody, you guys. everybody. I don't know why he couldn't talk to me.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
See, I only talk to people who talk to me.
That's not true. That's me.
Huh? Oh, so cold.
So yeah, that same day that I got his Snapchat, I wasn't gonna text him. I just wanted to have his Snapchat in case, I wanted to text him. Or maybe if he needed something from the class. I don't know. I just wanted to have his Snapchat. But the thing is that there. So that same day we had an assembly. And right when it started, he texted me. I gotta be honest, I wasn't expecting that. Because he wouldn't talk to me. I wasn't really expecting him to text me or anything. But he did. And I didn't want to answer quick because I didn't want to seem like I was thirsty or something. I just didn't want to do that. So days passed. Can't remember how many. And by accident, he called me on Snapchat. So I took advantage of that moment.
Keep that in mind, guys. You gotta keep that in mind.
And I told him, you should call me sometime. And then he asked me if through the phone number, or Snapchat. And I said, phone number. I wanted to keep his phone number. I was just getting closer to him each time.
Keep that.
So we did talk I think it was that same night, same afternoon.
For like 5 hours, no lie. Like,
after that, we haven't really missed a night.
she calls me every night, dude.
Yeah.
I don't fart without her calling.
Give it away.
But we call each other, frequently, only because we're currently still in school. Another fact, we haven't yet got our place. We're trying to finish school first before we can actually move forward with what me and her want in our future. Also, we want to bring you guys along into this journey so that, you guys have a piece of, connection into our life, so to speak. You can take steps into the blogs. You can watch the reactions, the challenges, the pranks. I ain't think about that. The pranks. The unboxing, huh? So there's a lot of topics we have coming in mind. I do apologize for this video if it is a little too long. I'm in an abusive relationship. Like I said, I do apologize. The video might be a little long. Then again, this is our first video. But please stay tuned. Like and subscribe. Give us feedback. Any ideas that you guys might want to hear from us. Any things that you guys might want us to post. Please do not be afraid to comment. And stay tuned.